you're saying too, and you feel it now. You know, you're a champion. I see you get pulled around, but it's hard, man. This man has no privacy, man.
No.
Can I tell you guys a quick story real quick? It's a good story. So, everything that you're saying, Usman, fuck, for sure, dude. But what he has to deal with too, man, my God bless you. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story because I kind of want to fall into this real quick. I threw out the first pitch for the Florida Marlins, and Derek Jeter, I guess he's an MMA fan. You know, this is Derek Jeter. This is the man. And you know, he wanted to meet me, so I threw out the first pitch for the Florida Marlins, and they said, and around this time I had just beat Demetrius Johnson. So I had just beat Demetrius Johnson. I was on a whirlwind. I had a lot of people, you know, a lot of people knew who I was. Like I was big, and I just didn't know how to handle it, man. Because there's a lot of people, man. A lot of like my energy was being sucked, like literally. Like I was just sick of it. And then, you know, so I go up and so they told me, like, hey, Derek Jeter wants to meet you, and he's in a suite, and like one of the most prestigious persons like in sports is up there, and you know, we want to surprise you when you go up to the suite. I'm just like, man, I was like, you know, I wonder who could it be, you know what I mean? So one of the greatest sports figures of all time in the world, period. So then I'm just thinking, okay. Whatever. I don't know, man. I met Mike Tyson. I've done that. Anyways, I go up there. I see Derek Jeter, and to my right, Michael Jordan was like right there, like sitting, and peacefully watching the game. And I sit there. I was talking to probably Derek Jeter for like 20 minutes. I'm over there kind of staring at Michael Jordan because, you know, it's Michael Jordan. So I'm over there staring and keep looking back. It's like, oh, that's Mike. And then finally, after 20 minutes, Derek Jeter was like, you know, I was going to go back down and watch the game. Like, let him have his time with his family, with this kid. And he's like, Henry, he's like, you want a picture with Mike? With Jordan? And I'm like, I do, Derek, but I know what this man goes through, and I just can't do that to him. He's watching the game. He's in this position right here. And then the cool thing about it is Derek Jeter looks at me, which fucking made it. He's like, Henry, he says, I like you, man. You're a fucking stud. I like you. And we just shook hands and I left. You know what I mean? So yeah. The moral of the story is man, the man needs his peace.
Absolutely.
The man needs his peace, as legendary as he is, and I don't think people sometimes respect that enough.
People don't care. People don't care.
But I
anymore.
think it's the enthusiasm they have.
Yes.
Just overwhelms them, and they just think like, I want a picture, I want to touch him, I want to do something to get close to this person because they get so excited.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we know it from
What do they
time.
think our purpose is? Or people from that staff, what do you think their purpose was? When Jesus was around, he was like a rock star, and his purpose was to let the people feel him and touch him. Let them know, listen, you could be whatever you want to be too, or whatever the messages was they gave back in those days. The gladiators, everybody gave their message, you know?
I think that set the tone.
Yeah.
That set the tone. If someone of that figure wants people to touch him, people to be around, people to, you know, to embrace him. And then now that trickles down for years and centuries and decades. Like, now people feel that same way about greatness. Everybody's attracted to greatness. People want to be around someone who's great, that's doing something.
In my life, I met a lot of great people. Most of the great people I met, they weren't good people. And ever since then, I decided I wanted to be more acquainted with good people. You know, because as the way the person lives his life, that's how he should be judged, mostly than how he participated in a sport or a political race or campaign or whatever. Because that's all we have to give each other. You know what I mean? Who we are as people. Everybody can't be the champion. But they can take that will of being a champion, be a champion in another field. It could be, it could be a literature field. It could be any other field. It's all about the will of the people. That's all we are. We're all spirits. That's all we are. We're fighting spirits. And somebody could take that same spirit and be in another field and be successful.
Yeah, but I think that's what we are feeling now is like we're champions. We're on a level, and that's how. If I can speak for myself, I just love to inspire people.
It's incredible
in whatever way possible. Just to give them, because we all had it. We all had it before we were champion. We had a dream of becoming champion, but everybody can have a dream in whatever, in doing whatever, and just follow your dream, and you'll get there.
I agree.
Yeah, you guys are all embodiments of greatness and human potential, you know, and at the same time, you're human beings. You have taken your God-given abilities, whatever that is, just as a human being that we all have. You know, we all have the potential to exert as much energy as we want and put out as much energy as we want. And, you know, to me, that's what struck me when I first met Mike. You've come in thinking you're going to meet Hercules, and you meet a man who's humble, and you see all of the humanity, and you realize, wow, we can all do this. If we have enough focus and discipline and work ethic, and we put the right intention to our attention to our intention, we can all achieve whatever our dreams, whatever our heart desires. You know, and you guys are the full fucking manifestations of that in your own lives, and you get to project that to everyone.
I agree.
There's this saying that I firmly believe in, is with great power comes great responsibility. And I am an absolute firm believer in that, because now in the position that I'm in, I don't know about all of you guys, but I didn't grow up to where I asked to where, you know what, give me the power one day to be this figure to where I get to motivate and everyone's watching what I do. I never necessarily asked for that.
I was just get put in that position.
I got put in that position to where I had to own it. I had to realize, oh, you know what? I'm the first African UFC champion ever.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I never grew up thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna be the UFC champion. I never grew up thinking that. I got put in this position to where now the continent of Africa get to look at me and say, oh crap, there's another guy that went through what I went through, having to walk a mile or miles to get water, bring it back so we can boil the water to have water to eat or to cook, to clean, to live on for the day. The guy that has to wash their clothes and dry them outside, hand wash clothes and dry them outside. If we wanted food, you had to plant it, have it grow and harvest it to eat. So when we had food for the season, stuff to sell, like kids that are in that situation right now that wake up, they can't fathom the thought of knowing that, hey, you know what, I'm going to be on TV one day. I'm going to be able to be doing something great, as in being a world champion, to where I can touch and motivate people, motivate kids. But now I'm in that position, so it's a surreal experience to be able to be in.
Oos, can I bring you back to what you were saying? I never dreamed of being the first African UFC champion. You never dreamed of that?
No.
What did you dream of? What was in your mind's eye of your visualization of your future when you were beginning on this path as a fighter? Or maybe it was before that.
Honestly, I've actually, that's an amazing question. I've actually thought about that a lot. And from day to day, what I can recall was I wanted to be better than the day before. And so when I got into wrestling, I didn't know what I was doing. Like the first 2 weeks, this girl beat the shit out of me through the practice. And I kid you not, this girl terrorized me. I still know her name too. In high school, freshman year, Angela Martinez, you know who you are. Yeah. You know who you are. She was a 3-time state champion. She terrorized me, like kept taking me down, just beating on me. And what I can recall was I used to walk home after school. And I would walk home and I'd be thinking, I'm gonna fuck that girl up tomorrow. I'm gonna get her. And I would come back and she'd still kick the crap out of me. And then I would walk home, I'm gonna get her. And she'd still kick the crap out of me. And after a while, we were gone, and I don't know how long it was, maybe a month, maybe 2 months. I hit a move on her, and it worked. And I just remember that was progress in my mind. I kept coming, I kept learning. And I got better. And that was just the story of everything. It was just be better than yesterday. let's get better tomorrow. Let's get better tomorrow. Let's learn something new. To where it just progressed to where
That's what we used to say day by day, and every way I'm getting better, better, and better. It's not like cold around the house.
yeah.
You know what? What
Are
I
you
like?
high, Uncle Mike?
Yeah.
Are you, Henry?
I'm really high.
I'm high. I'm high watching him eat, dude. I feel like I'm eating with you.